Hey folks, how you doing? It is Friday, October 10th, 25. Hope you're having a wonderful time, whatever time it is you are, wherever you are. And I hope that you're doing good and doing well. So I'm going to talk to you guys about Bitcoin and specifically price projections for today. So the question is Bitcoin going to drop to 115K today? Well, there's always possibilities, but here's the thing. Right now, and since a few days, Bitcoin has been in mean reversion on the 4 hour time frame up to the 3012 RMLR, which is currently up at around 128K, something like that, on this current candle. And it looks as though it is set to probably complete that mean reversion in the coming days. We'll see. Um, it certainly could go sideways and even down, but is it likely to drop to 115K today or even 110 or whatever? Probably not, and you can guess why if you know about the RMLR. Right, the RMLR bands around there. The third band down of the 4 hour time frame is around down there. So if it does drop and you're in a short or in a long, if you're in a long and it starts to drop, get out. If you're in a short while it drops, your take profit target should definitely be, at, before that third band down on that ST dev of the RMLR. Why? Because the probability of it actually touching that line before touching the RMLR itself is extremely minimal. It could happen, but it is extremely highly improbable. Therefore, if you're in that short, keep an eye on it. And as it gets down to there, take your profit before it hits it. Why is it in mean reversion to the RMLR to the upside? Well, again, if you know the RMLR, then you know that after hitting an outer band, like a 3ST-Dev band specifically, of an RMLR, once it stops hitting that band for a couple candles, but usually by the third candle, it's already in mean reversion. In fact, many times it mean reverts even on the same candle that hits those outer bands because you have extreme volatility. But when it doesn't hit it, for two bands or more, it is most probably in mean reversion by the time it's on that third band. I'm sorry, if it doesn't hit it for two candles or more, it's usually in mean reversion by the time it hits that third candle. So since it's already a bunch more than three candles, it's like 2 days or something since this is now probably the third day. It's been in mean reversion. If my memory serves me correctly on exactly when it hit that band. That was like 2-3 days ago. So since it's been at least a couple days, there's been a bunch of candles since it last hit that band, and that means it's in mean reversion to that RMLR, which is currently floating around 128K and zigzagging back and forth between there and like 125, 126 over the coming days, and depending on how of course, the line repaints as the time goes forward, we'll see, where it will actually be when the mean reversion completes, but it will complete, and it will most probably complete before the line actually hits the third band to the downside. Hello there, I see you. Was it Dylan? Hello, Dylan. I think it's Dylan. Right? If you spell it differently. Anyway, yeah, smash the like, subscribe, share, comment. But it would be nice if you would actually subscribe, just so I can get my words out to more people, right, and like it, so more people can hear about it. Um, but yeah, right now Bitcoin is looking nice in that mean reversion to the 4 hour RMLR. It's the 3012 RMLR specifically on the 4 hour. If you're not familiar with the RMLR, well, that's probably because you're not familiar with our alpha trading tools. We developed the RMLR because we discovered something very powerful about the future of the means of returns that nobody else had figured out. And so we made that tool, and it is incredibly powerful and accurate at forecasting when assets are in distribution and when they are in mean reversion. And thanks to our other tools, including some that are built into that one, like the direction predictor or entropy or volatility, etc., we can tell the direction very clearly based on the volatility and correlation, or entropy and correlation. And that's why I'm confident in telling you it is probably not going to drop down to that third band on the 4 hour today. It might get close to it. Might come real close to it, but it ain't going to hit it. So if you're shorting to there, take your profits before it hits it. If you're not shorting to there, well, you know, whatever you're doing, I hope you're trading low time frames and preferably no leverage, so that you don't get wrecked on small moves unnecessarily. Right? Like if you're putting on 50x or even 30x or even 25x or even anything really above, I mean 5x is already, you're kind of asking for some hurting, right? Anything above 2 or 3x is really like, it's kind of asking for trouble, and if you don't need to use leverage, you shouldn't. You really shouldn't, especially in crypto, especially in Bitcoin. Like, you just don't need it. If you've got time to trade and you have a runway in front of you of, you have a regular income of some kind, and you can afford to trade, and trading is meant to be something you enjoy, and then leverage not needed. Like, seriously, you gotta remember that. It's very important to not get over leveraged or not use leverage at all in trading. Anyway, it's gonna about wrap it up. I just wanted to give you some final thoughts about Bitcoin. Right, we are seeing the market do all kinds of wild things this week, just as expected. Right, not at all surprised by the movements. I hope you're not either, because it's been very much clearly all over the VEPS charts what exactly was going to happen. We saw it play out. Precisely what we expected would happen has happened. There have been many great targets forecast and hit this week. If you've been listening to our Alpha Trading live streams, Bilbo's has been rattling off target after target that would get nailed. Every single day they've been getting nailed. He's not reading out of crystal balls. Neither am I. We're just literally reading the VEPS. And the VEPS is very clear in terms of what we can see is likely to happen. That's why we use it. That's why we built those tools, right? And built the whole community that we have. I get that most people aren't going to be interested in learning what we do with the VEPS. I get that. It's too complicated for most people. Don't so. So it's very simple to get why from our point of view, something like the VEPS is a very powerful suite of tools that you can use to trade better, right? Because it's not the regular kind of traditional TA stuff that really just lets people get wrecked. That's not the way we do things. The way we do things is quite different at Alpha Trading. And if you want to learn how we do that, again, Monday through Friday, starting at 9 a.m. U.S. Eastern Time, we do live streams. Come and join us. The link is alphatradinghq.com/discord. And yeah, we'll see you there. Peace.